saying is, would you want to live your life based on the things that you think other people would do? Like, do you want your life to be dictated by other people? Because by a woman's standard, there's so many things that we shouldn't do if we're going by your logic. Because there are people that are ready to prey on us at any moment. We shouldn't go to the corner
Anywhere,
shops.
yeah.
We shouldn't be home alone. We shouldn't be alone with boyfriends.
That's not what she means. I feel like it's like the more extreme senses. Like,
Yeah.
for example, you're not going to go like in an alleyway or something like that
At
night time
night.
by yourself.
Yeah.
You'd rather take the long cut. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Rather than the shortcut. It's just the more things that you can control. Because obviously, there's bad people everywhere. If you're going to the corner shop, if
Yeah.
you're going to school, like all
Yeah.
the cases, people.
Sometimes
like, things happen
even
to
your own
people.
house, like your home,
I
your
think
dad
it's
or
about
your
being
uncle, anyone.
responsible for our own safety as women, which we should take
That's
responsibility
exactly what.
for.
What I'm
But
trying to say.
at the end of the day, we have to also acknowledge that even taking responsibility for our own safety in 2019 doesn't mean shit, because these men will do whatever they need to do to prey on you when it comes to it. If you're not drunk, they will make you drunk. If you're not asleep, they will make you fall asleep. So what what
they could
is-
slip something in
what
your
is
drink
drink?
as
Yeah.
well.
Do you
So-
stay in your room 24/7? Because I know there's people who goes to the club just to chill with their friends. They're not looking to have a drink. Somebody spikes their Coke. Someone spikes their lemonade. Next thing you know, we have a victim.
Yeah.
So would we then say you should have taken responsibility?
No,
for
that's not
yourself?
what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, like you said, your safety is in your own hands, and I'm talking at like extreme situations. Like, Nabs, if I wouldn't go out by myself and then take like the dark alleyway just because I want to get home quicker, just because I know
It's not safe.
exactly anything could happen, and then I would kind of feel bad, like, oh, the extra 5 minutes that it could have taken me to get home.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? But obviously, I'm not saying like blame victims, because once you've been raped or assaulted or you're a victim of anything, it's no longer your fault. Like, I genuinely don't feel like you can. What's the word?
Have that conversation with them where you say,
Yeah,
oh,
why did you do this, or
Yeah.
why were
Yeah,
you
you
there,
can't
or were
blame
you
them
exactly.
for something that is.
But I
in the
just feel like
control of
as
the
women now, we
perpetrator's
need to
hand.
get rid of the idea that the world is of this ideal world
It
where
doesn't
we
exist.
can do what we want, and we should be able to, but the world isn't set up like that, so we need to be
I don't
more
agree
careful.
with that. I really don't agree with that, because even using the example that you gave, like when people go to the club and they drink, and
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
don't drink, by the way.
I think it just breeds an innate fear of anything. Once you start saying, I'm not going to do this because this could happen to me, I'm not going to do this because this could happen. Sometimes it's glaringly obvious. You wouldn't go to a bar where there's only 4 girls and then get yourself pissed drunk. It's a breeding ground for you. Don't know these niggas from anywhere, anything can happen. But I think telling women that they shouldn't dream because there's so many obstacles is
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying like don't dream and don't do this. I'm saying you can have your dreams, but be more wary of situations. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what's going on around you before you get into situations. Because once it's happened, you can't take it back.
yeah.
So just be safe from the beginning. Do
Do you get what I mean? I'm
Oh,
not
how
saying
am I
don't
getting
go out
home?
and be ambitious
Precautions
and
that
be
you take.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's so sad that we have to be a bit more
Like
cautious
this.
than men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at
Obviously.
the girl in South Africa that went just to the post office and she got raped and killed. She literally went to the post office.
So
Do you get what I mean? Obviously, there's nothing you can say to her like, oh, you shouldn't have done this. There's nothing you can say. But
it's such a mundane task
that's
as
why I'm
well.
saying-
Like women are targeted for such like trivial matters as well. Like it's actually
Exactly.
peak. Yeah.
I just if someone came to me and said this has happened to me, I was pissed drunk, the old me probably would have said something like, why would you be drunk? But now we have all this enlightenment. I would never question someone for being drunk.
Definitely,
It just would
definitely.
never come to my mind.
Especially when those conversations are happening, I feel like you should avoid that whole thing of, oh, why were you there in the first place?
Yeah.
What
Why
were
did
you
get
wearing?
that drunk? Why were you wearing? Those are questions that
I
should
feel
never
like once
come
the
up.
situation has actually happened, there's certain questions and there's certain things you cannot
Yeah.
say.
At
It's
all.
quite triggering as well.
Like, for example,
Ex-
some people can't tell their families like
What
when
they've
these
been
kind of
up
things
to,
happen them,
yeah.
they get assaulted, they keep it to themselves.
Yeah,
Do you get it? Because, for example, if you're in, some people, obviously not everyone's the same, and some will come from other cultures and backgrounds, and then they need to go. Something will happen to them in a place where they shouldn't have
Shouldn't have been
Do
in
you
the
get it?
first place.
And then later they
Yeah.
can't have that conversation to say like mum, aunt, or dad.
This
I was
happened
here
to
and
me
this
there.
happened to me, yeah.
Because
it's not
then-
gonna be, oh, this happened to you. Let's make the thing about
Yeah.
the fact that you were assaulted. It will be more.
What were you doing in the
What were
first
you doing
place?
in the first place?
Yeah, and obviously sometimes ethnic parents as well. Oh, we're going there. Ethnic parents, they have traditional sets of views and stuff like that. They're not gonna think about, oh, this is my daughter. What was she wearing? They're not gonna be thinking like, oh, you know, all of that. They're gonna be thinking, why were you there first? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah,
like,
true.
why?
What will
you
people
know,
say?
what that they care more about what others are gonna say about them and how they're gonna view their daughter and if they're gonna be ruined for marriage and all of that sort type of stuff
True.
before they even consider their daughter's feelings, if she's all right,
Yeah.
you know, all of that shebang. You know what I mean?
And we should also take into consideration that in 2019, women are already taking so many precautions. There is
And it's
no
still not
other.
enough. True.
That's why I said I disagree with you. There is no other level to ascend to in terms of precautions. When I enter my car, if I can't see anyone in front of me, I lock myself in my car. I can find my keys or I can find what I need to find when I'm sitting in my car. I don't need anyone to drag me out and rape me in the bush and kill me or anything like that. If I'm going out, like I have a rape alarm.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone grabs me,
Swear, where'd you get rape alarm from?
Leicester
Amazon.
Uni
They're
was
really
sharing-
loud as well.
Oh my god, girl, I need to get me one.
You see, Leicester Uni was sharing rape whistles.
But isn't it funny how like women have this like fear already implemented, like do you get it?
Yeah.
That men will never have. Like, me and Nigel were walking on campus the other day, and a guy was following us to
Yeah.
the point where we'd have to go into a shop
Yeah,
to feel
true.
safe.
And
Do you get
be
it?
among
Not only
other
that as well.
people.
Yeah.
You know, statistically, I can't see that word. If someone screams rape, yeah, no one will come help
Up-
you. If you scream fire, everyone
That's
will come help you.
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
how
so
mad
true.
that
That's
is?
what you
That
have
is
to
actually
show.
crazy.
Fire,
Genuinely
then
speaking,
rape.
you will if you scream rape, no one's everyone's gonna be like, man, none of my business. Keep it stepping.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
so
But with fire, it's
normalized
something
now.
else.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's like that. Even girls that go to the club, you notice they'll go to the club in groups, of
Groups.
up to 10.
That's
Mm.
true.
They'll ask their friends, "Watch my drink for me." So it's like they're doing everything they need to be doing. They've taken enough responsibility
There's
for
enough
their
you
own
can do.
safety.
As a
But
woman.
Actually, that's
These
actually
people
true.
who want to hurt you, who want to prey on you, they will do whatever they need to do. You will be so surprised the lengths
The
that
length
these
people
people
would,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
just to assault someone and target them. You
Yeah.
understand? And as soon as we start telling women, well, you need to take more responsibility, there's nowhere else to go from where we are. It just takes responsibility away from
the actual
the actual perpetrators and hands that responsibility to the victims. You should have done this to make sure this didn't happen to
Yeah,
you.
you shouldn't have to be so like paranoid all the
Exactly.
time.
I mean, I completely
They
agree
should
with
be
you
not
guys.
raping people.
But do you agree that to a certain degree, we just have to remove the idea of this ideal world? Because we're not there yet as feminists. We're not at the point. Our goal as feminists, we haven't gotten there yet. We're so far away from it. So I feel like, personally, there are certain things now that I would never, ever, ever do. Ever. Just
need to
because
be
I'm so
realistic.
scared that, oh my God, this will happen, or that will
We need
happen,
to
or
be
this will happen.
realistic, but we also have to be ambitious at
Of
the same
course,
time.
at the same time.
So
No, you can't
I
be scared of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think what she means more is like, for example, in an ideal world, I should be allowed at 3 a.m. to go for a walk,
Yeah.
to clear my head
Yeah.
in the park. But
oh yeah, I would
it's
never
not
do
that world. Do you get it?
Exactly, you
So I
wouldn't
won't
do
I
that.
won't do
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to
I would
say.
never do that.
I still do, but I cannot lie to you. My area is very safe.
But do you go by yourself or
I'm
like
myself.
by yourself?
You're
Oh.
brave.
I take some friends sometimes, but if no one's on it, I'll walk back.
If you live in my ends,
I look
Once
it
it's
depends what area you're
bedtime,
from.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Like
No.
Leicester, you already know Wagwan. There's certain areas
You
There's
don't
certain
go.
areas
you
just-
can't be
yeah.
alone like that, but there's also some areas where you're like, I could
If
do
you're
that.
like in some places in Beaumont Lees, you know, where the old white people live, you can take a stroll, you know, no one's
Actually,
going
there's certain levels of Beaumont Lees,
to,
yeah.
yeah, so
There's
the
some
white people
side,
live.
yeah,
The
yeah.
old white people, the pensioners.
Oh, but there's also like the crackhead areas. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
where I live.
Yeah.
That's safe. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's my
nowhere
area.
that
That's
can be
safe.
labelled safe, to be fair.
Yeah.
In
You
my
think
area,
it's safe, but maybe he's not from there and he's taking a walk as well, the person. Like, you can't just say, oh, it's a safe area.
True.
no,
but
but I've
especially
been
not
living there for
family.
11 years now, so I deem it semi-safe. You
For
know what
you,
I mean?
yeah, your
For me,
comfort zone,
yeah.
It's just stressful. Like the amount of things we have to think about
On the
on a
same
daily basis just to get through one
day.
without being harassed by anyone or being like, it's so stressful. I don't think men even have to think
I don't
about
think
those
so.
things. They want to go out. They just say, yeah, I'm gonna put my shoes on and go out.
What's the
I
worst
have
that
to
happened?
think, are there other people outside? Do I know anyone
What time
there?
is it?
What time is it? If I walk
Do
home
I
at
have
this
enough
time-
for an
How am I getting
Uber?
back home
Yeah.
by myself? Is anyone walking back with me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
If I
that's-
stop by
yeah.
the bus stop for 5 minutes, is someone going to run up behind
Walking,
me?
You're literally looking around and everything.
That's
You
so
know,
true.
it's like
I
sometimes
always
wish-
keep emergency cash with me just in case I need to call a taxi
Exactly.
or some shit.
How'd
like
you
that.
get robbed though?
If I get robbed, no. If I get robbed, I have online banking. You know what I mean? There's always some means that backup plan A to Z. You know what I mean? Like,
But sometimes don't you
if
even
my
feel
phone
like
starts, then it is what it is, isn't it? I have to just take
even
it.
stuff that men can go through as well, there's always an extra level that women have to go through. Like
That they
if
don't even
we
process.
we can both be robbed. Me and Liban can be robbed, but I'm the one who is more likely to think I don't want to be raped as well. You know?
But men do get raped as well.
No,
That's
they
very-
do. But
Yeah.
statistically,
More women.
the fact that the chances of anyone saying I'm going to rob and rape Liban are very slim. Are very slim. But with women,
Yeah, it's more
No,
likely.
but
if
then
they
It's like
rob-
it's basically like the first form of violation they think of.
exactly.
Rape her and
It's like
yeah.
when they rob a family, they'll rob the husband and rob the wife, but they'll also
They'll
rape the
wife
wife.
sometimes. Yeah.
But then, do you trust certain statistics though? Because even statistics, some people don't report it at all, and men, we don't actually know that at what
yeah,
rate
that's true.
that they actually get raped.
I
So
agree.
That's so
I
true.
We don't
but
really
I also
know.
feel like
I agree.
the number of women that get raped
yeah, oh,
t-
yeah, they
tremendously.
outweigh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But at the same time, it's to a degree it's somehow worse for men to report rape, to report it,
Yeah, it's more shameful.
because exactly it's seen as more shameful.
But sometimes
When
it's
it
also
shouldn't be.
glorified. Like sometimes men, they don't even know that they were assaulted as a child. Like a 14-year-old
Oh yeah.
boy,
They
he's
think it's just
he
Yeah.
thinks that, oh, I'm getting girl, she got 18, 20.
Yeah.
But in reality, she's
You're
a bloody
being raped.
paedophile. She's raping you.
Like
you know what I
Nabs
mean?
on Twitter, like the on Nigerian Twitter, obviously, the guys that were saying like, oh, the housemaids used to like
yeah, touch
sexually
them.
assault them.
And they don't
'Cause
know
these
that
guys
it's
were, like,
wrong.
11,
Very
12.
cool.
And some of
Exactly.
them
That's
thought
so
like, oh,
cool.
like, you know,
And
That's
even
so
into
cool.
adulthood,
Yeah.
they're still laughing about it, thinking, oh, yeah, I
They'll
got
say
girl
it
when
with
I was
their
young.
voice like it's a regular story. Of
Yeah.
when they were getting girls. you know?
Exactly. And that's
I'm like,
Probably-
you were assaulted as a child.
Dylan said that's not rape. Or assault. We should say assault.
No.
Whoa,
but
because he
no,
likes it with
oh
the
my
young.
days. Boy.
This is what-
if I'm getting
Yeah, but you have to
I
cut
think this
off
is
because
when we
I'm not
enter that
doing this.
territory.
Hold on.
Hold up, kid.
Dylan, please.
Not 15.
No.
We're talking about 10-year-olds.
we're talking about 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds,
No, but
Yeah.
see
and
the
like a
thing.
25-year-old.
Dylan,
Like,
see the thing. Even if the
It's
15-year-old is
statutory.
thinking,
Yeah.
right,
They're
like,
down.
I
this
mean,
girl,
yeah,
this
I like
20-year-old,
it.
like
It's on
she
it,
likes
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I want to have sex with her. Most
Statutory.
15-year-olds, like they think
Yeah.
like they want to have sex with someone.
Yeah.
But they're
he's
being
15.
groomed.
He's not
They're
They're
being
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 groomed.
exposed to something so
So
early that
a
they shouldn't.
15-year-old can want whatever they want.
it's your
It's
job
up
as
to
the
you
as
as
the
the
adult,
adult to say,
Right
right,
and
I'm
wrong.
15.
This is wrong.
Relax.
That's
bro.
the thing. Even sometimes you'll get these young girls who have like a crush on their teacher.
Yeah.
To the
Oh,
point of
yeah.
even thinking like, oh my god, I want my teacher to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's up to the teacher to say you are a child.
This is wrong. This is
This
inappropriate.
like
yeah.
it, you can feel anything you want to feel for me, okay? But
You
you're a
can't act-
child.
True.
So if I never act on it, you can't because it takes two of us.
Mhm.
That
You know
is
what
so
I mean?
true.
That's
And
very
When they
true.
grow up, they'll realize, God, I was really stupid back then. I was in love with my teacher. That's so gross.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
deep it.
But then
Yeah.
when you, as the adult, buy into it and
Pedophiles.
take advantage, it
Of
says more
kids.
about you.
You-
Because at the end of the day, children don't
You should
really
know better as the adult.
They just
Yeah.
think that they know, but they really
They
don't
actually
know.
don't.
At
True.
the time, the 15-year-old may he may enjoy it. He might say, wow, like I had sex with someone that's 20. But you are 20 years old. Why do you want to have sex
Sex
with
with
someone
someone
that's
that's
15?
young. Yeah, you're the questionable human being
You are
right
the
now.
questionable one.
Yes.
Exactly.
But then, you know, some of these
And
kids
also-
grow up and then they still don't know that they were assaulted.
Yeah.
They-
Like, they just
especially
talk
the
about it like it's
boys.
casual.
But I
Very-
feel like if
especially
it was
the
like
boys.
a 20-year-old guy doing it to a 15-year-old,
Everyone is
oh my god, it's
Yeah.
rape, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
But
But
when
if
it's
it's
the other way around,
it's
he
like-
liked it, he was on it, like,
And that-
you know, he was
yeah.
trying to get girl.
Someone older.
Yeah.
They see it as like a weakness thing. If you say, well, when I was 10, my mate did this to me, you know, and your boys will be like, oh, you're a pussy, man, you're this, you're that, you were getting pussy and you're saying all this now, you know, and it's so wrong. But at the
It
end
just
of the day,
happens.
it's like, as the adult, it's your responsibility. Really.
Yeah, even in our secondary school, mine and Angela's secondary school, there were kids that are in year 8 who are impregnating people. It was very
That
wham.
is so-
It was
yeah,
mad.
What kind of
we
life is
we
that?
had
It's
one.
yeah. Girl, we had multiple. You know what I'm saying? Girl,
Year
you know what I
eight.
know. Year 8, and that's a guy impregnated someone. Yeah, there were also girls getting impregnated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing was doing it in GCSE's exams, and she was 11 months. Not 11 months. I mean, she was 9 months pregnant. It was absolutely madness, and they all normalized it. I think it's part of culture at this point because it's
Yeah,
not
true,
normal to me. That is.
I feel like we
crazy.
live in a society now where a lot is normalized.
Mm,
Do you get-
very.
It's like if it's the popular thing, it's the right thing. Do you get
yeah.
it?
And people are so desensitized, especially online.
Mm,
Especially online.
like if someone will try like open up. Maybe online is not the place or the platform to really open up in, but someone will try.
But a
to,
lot
like,
of
say
people do
something,
it.
open up, gain the courage to maybe just put it out there
Yeah.
online, and like the abuse they get is
It's-
crazy.
it's
Like things that
crazy.
shouldn't be said.
Yeah, but then sometimes I think like because police and authority in general fails certain individuals, they think the only way to get things done is to expose these people on
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
social media.
Speaking
That's the
about
only
that, yeah,
way.
social
That's the
justice
only
actually
way.
works because, for example, let's say what happened with the Me Too on campus.
Mm,
How they were calling out like Uni of Leicester boys, Uni
Yeah.
of Coventry boys.
that wouldn't have happened without the power of social media,
Exactly.
and I feel like
Because it's like people feel isolated when it's just a case of them. Do you get it?
yeah,
Like, let me not speak up. It happened to me. But then when they see it, it's actually a story
Other people,
happening.
yeah,
to
and
a lot
everyone
more,
can
and they
relate.
can get the courage out
And
of it.
also, like with like Nigerian Twitter, especially Arewa Twitter, we've noticed that when someone is called out online and people like, you know, come together and say, "Oh, this is wrong," blah blah blah. We've seen actual changes and we've seen more progress than from actual authority, which is so sad.
You know,
Yeah.
in Nigeria, we don't really. Our police team and
It's shambolic.
It's in shambles. There's nothing. We're literally being held together by the goodwill of people.
I'm
Okay.
dead.
Like, and we're so hypocritical in the sense that we believe in social media for getting jobs. People advertise, "I'm in need of a job."
Job,
Mm.
retweet, please,
You know, we
blah
say,
blah
"Yeah,
blah.
let's do this," because
Mm.
if you say you want to apply for a job through the government, you,
You
won't get
know
a
you're
job.
not gonna get it.
But as soon as it becomes a matter of I was sexually assaulted, let me get some social
Mm.
justice, everyone starts saying the men, "Oh, you
You're
should
trying
go
to
through
ruin
the
his
appropriate
life."
channels."
Yeah,
What are the police going to do
Yeah.
for me that the government couldn't do for you?
exactly. And we've seen multiple examples where authority, they're just taking the piss. Like the guy, the swimmer, what's his name? He got sentenced to 6 months for sexually assaulting a drunk girl.
He
And
raped her.
While she was blacked out, yeah, and he got sentenced to 6 months, yeah, and he only served 3. Like that's a joke. Like you
injustice.
constantly you constantly see examples of people
Yeah.
authority failing
Yeah.
rape victims and all of
And
that,
for some reason,
and you expect them to go through appropriate channels when they go
Exactly.
through to
and
social
for some
media.
reason, when it's social justice, a lot seems to happen like with the perpetrators, like they will lose their job.
Yeah,
And
Facebook
like
is powerful,
yeah, exactly, like
People
they will
will
lose
know who
followers,
they
their
are.
businesses will crumble.
Exactly.
Which is what needs
Good.
to happen. Like
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize that for a lot of girls, they will never get the justice they're looking for in terms of jail time. So social justice is the next best thing. Let
Mhm.
people know you that you
You
are
are
a
a
rapist.
rapist.
Let
Mm.
people know that you like to
They'll
assault
stay
girls.
away
They'll
from
stay
you.
away.
Yeah.
Sometimes social justice can do more damage than going to jail. You can
Yeah.
go to jail and come out,
And you're still
get
doing the
yourself a new
same.
name, move to a new city. If your face is on Twitter,
You're done.
You're done out here, bro. You're
I
done
feel like
out
to a
here.
certain level as well, it's kind of protecting the next victim. Do you get it?
Yeah,
Because
it is.
they know what that person is now. They're not going into it blind. You know, like they'll think, oh, this person's a decent human being. But if
People
they've
And
seen
it-
them on Twitter,
and
then they're like,
Instagram
oh,
everywhere.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even if that perpetrator like reports their account so many times to get their picture down, there's always a chance there's gonna be someone screenshotting it, yeah. And then your face is everywhere in people's phones. They're gonna know who you are, and you cannot escape it.
I mean,
You
and
cannot.
on Nigerian Twitter, there's this trend of when a girl comes out to say, you know, I was sexually assaulted, names the person, and it takes a lot
A lot.
to name the person.
Especially on
because-
Nigerian Twitter.
Especially in places like Abuja, where it's so small, people
Know each other.
This person that you are accusing could be your sister's friend.
Mm.
Yeah.
It could be someone that you know who's someone else.
Yeah.
you
And
know,
people
but
just
the
refuse
first
to
thing that they
believe
think is,
that this
well,
person is
you're
a
trying-
rapist.
you-